Hello. That's right. We are going to have yet another look at this video game. It has been exactly 4 days, and in this span of only 4 days, I have developed a cold. And it slightly hurts to talk, but less than it did last time, because I only realized I was ill when my voice started to go after only half an hour of talking. So this time, it'll either be better or it'll be worse. I don't know. One or the other. Who can tell? So this is what I've got going on. Oops, hold on. This is mostly all the same. Let me take a look at the game. You may recognize there are some slight differences. Many things are the same. The basic UI here is all the same. There are still Voidlings in the area to pick up, to place into the furnace. And I have an even greater energy deficit. Last time it was, what, 20,000? Now we're up to 111,000. Because I just leave the game open. I just leave it open. I don't do anything. So it would be helpful to try and fix that. In other news, I have this this thing, which I think is quite cool. Opens up this kind of detailed view. Now I gotta put something here. You know, I would like to fill up this kind of bar, but I'm not sure what to fill it up with. I mean, there's a few things I could fill it up with, but I gotta figure out how to do it in the correct way, because I'm pretty sure the worst thing I could do is to fill it up for the very sake of having to fill space, because that's just not gonna be good. I've got this little mini view of the furnace, which is very simple. I thought about doing one for the calendar as well, but that seems a little bit excessive. I mean, most people know generally what day and time they are at, and if this game turns out to be so fun, engaging, engrossing even, that people are forgetting which day of the week it is and what the time of day is, maybe I would have to add it. But I think there's probably other things to focus on before I do that. I just got loads of these guys at the moment. So you can see I have a quest up here. I'll just complete that. Level 2. This number doesn't do anything. It's a mock-up. And yeah, pretty much just that. Now there's a few things to think about. I'm kinda confused what this game is about. That will become clear at some point. As soon as I figure it out, you will be the first to know. You specifically, because you're watching, but also anybody who feels like watching. You see, something which I did for my other games, which was a very good idea, was to come up with a 1-sentence long pitch. So I think for the original Masochist it was something like, Masochist is a 2D platformer where you upgrade your enemies. And that's super easy because that tells you everything you need to know about the game. As for this, I'm not quite as sure how to get that pitch. It's a little bit all over the place. I'm trying to come up with a pitch that doesn't compare it to Slime Rancher. In Slime Rancher, you have a relatively simple thing. I mean, it's all about slimes, but you go get slimes and you stick them into a place. And this is almost the same concept. You go pick up these voidlings and just throw them into the furnace. Now, how I can express that in like one easy to grip sentence, I don't know. There isn't an established genre of slime-likes yet. I mean, there's Souls-like, but there's no slime-like. And I think if I use the term slime-like, nobody would have any idea what I mean. So I'll have to think about that. That's one of the things. I'll sit down with a word processor or something, and I will just figure it out. But I got a lot of things to do before then, and in fact many of them are kind of overlapping. Which is not my favorite place to be at all. So I'm kind of trying to work out the progression. The basic idea is that as the game progresses, you are able to go further and further into the void. In any direction that you choose, for any reason. Well, probably for one reason, which is to find higher level voidlings. If I go out here a little bit, say this guy, he's level 6. And this guy, he's level 8. And the higher level voidlings end up giving you more energy, so you can see. Look at that, 200 picojoules, that's fantastic. It's all good stuff. And I have a vague idea. A very, very vague idea at the moment of how I could incentivize that. Because you may not know this, but this is the default character's walking speed. It's very slow, very slow. And if you hold shift, because I have an item, which I have so named the Slime of Speed, I get to go super quick. And that's what that lightning effect is, and I don't know if it's visible on the YouTube compression, but there is a very, very slight trail, and that's supposed to be somewhat slimy. And I had the idea. Well, first of all, my idea was a harness. So you get say maybe this farm and then it just stops, or maybe there's some attractive force and you can't go any further and you just got to stay in this area. I thought maybe, and in fact we just passed what I'm going to get to next. But I thought instead of a harness where it just sort of pushes you up against the wall. Nobody is going to want to run very far at this speed. What if I just limited the amount of speed slime? And then every so often, you have these kind of slime beacons. And this will regenerate your max slime, allow you to go quick, and that allows you to go further. Because if you try to just go in a straight line without the slime beacon, it's going to take you a very long time, and it's not going to be good. With the slime beacon, you get here, replenish your slime, you go to the next slime beacon, which isn't on the map yet. Maybe it's here. Replenish your slime, go to the next slime beacon, and that way you can kind of go upwards a bit. I was thinking maybe that's good. It seems a bit complicated, but it could be good. A game where you explore for energy and expand. Yeah. It would, something like that, because I do want to emphasize exploring for energy, and kind of like a foraging aspect. So that could come in handy. So I'm just collecting some of these guys. At this point, I'm almost considering just resetting my save data to get this back together. You know. It would be easier than doing it the other way. But I gotta do it. I am honor bound. What am I gonna do? Cheat at my own game? No way. How could I? So I'm just gonna go super far in this direction because I know that if I go very, very far out, I will find very high level voidlings. And that will improve my situation drastically. And while I do this, I am going to think about this whole quest thing. The whole quest thing. I think in the last time I had a live stream, I had 3 quests, and each one was different. And that was okay. They had different objectives and criteria, and that was okay. But it seemed a bit pointless because there was a split incentive, you know. I mean, it was fine, but it didn't give me that joy, that zest. It made me feel a bit like, okay, I can either do this one, or I can do this one, or I can do this one. It didn't seem that good, so I decided to compact it down into just one at a time. And this is the Arsonist quest, which is about just a quantity of any voidlings. So at the moment, it doesn't scale or anything. It's very simple. Every time you collect 10 voidlings, or you burn 10 voidlings in particular, it will level up that quest. I was thinking that's good. That's great. Why though? Why? I wonder how much energy this is going to give me, because this is a lot of stuff I'm collecting. Look at that. And in fact, another thing, I do need to remake the inventory interface, because just this stack of things like that is okay. Once again, it's okay, but it's not great. And when you can do this, and it will keep going off the screen. Ooh, did I just lag? That's probably because it's not... Another thing is that it's not removing the voidlings once it spawns them. But hey, I'll fix it later. Do the voidlings visually change the higher the level? Not at the moment, but they will. That is a feature that is on the way. That is definitely something which I am going to do, because that would be fun. I was thinking, I'm not sure if I've got the code for it yet. Actually, I either do or I don't. I can't honestly remember, but you can, in principle, change the color of them. There's a few different sprites. Some will attack you, maybe. Some will be more difficult to pick up. Maybe some will run away. So there's options. It may be an idea to do that early, because I was thinking I would like to have the exact mechanism for the forward progression out of the way. I'd like to get the quests done, the unlockables, everything, before I start fleshing out, you know, the world. But I'm thinking now, why would I have an objective in a world that isn't interesting? I mean, you know, I've got a couple of unlockables, I've got the quest. But maybe... yeah, look at that. I have to fix that as well. The overlapping labels. That's still not going to be enough for all this, I don't think. It's quite a lot, but it's not enough. It'll help. It'll all help. I mean, we're below 100,000. Well, above negative 100,000, so there's something to be said for that. But yeah, yeah, you know what? I think I do like the idea of the slime beacon. I gotta say, it's got a light node on it, which I'm going to remove. I'm going to disable that at least, because I was just messing around with it. You know, slime beacon. And at some point there'd be some particle effects gravitating towards the player to show the slime being refilled. And then somehow the player gets told which direction to go in to get to the next slime beacon. Somehow. Because, I mean, it's all good to have slime beacons. How do you get to the next one? The only reason I know where this one is because I manually placed it here myself. I would like them to be, you know, randomly generated. Ideally, they would just go further and further out, and I could do that no problem. But it's the direction, because imagine there was another slime beacon. It could be in any direction. Now I had the idea. Down here in the bottom right corner is a coordinate, and it shows you where the player is at any point in time. It is the player, not the camera. And I was thinking I could just have an arrow pointing towards the next slime beacon. And maybe the slime beacons only appear after a certain level of quests. Maybe. Maybe the information only appears after a certain level of quests. So say I get to quest level 10, it'll be like, hey, new slime beacon. And it'll show you exactly how to get to that with the coordinate and something like that. Got to go sleep. I hope you sleep well. I hope you sleep well. I hope you wake up. And I hope... I don't know. I hope you have a good time. Sweet dreams, my friend. Gotta think about this slime beacon. Slime beacon maybe next on the list. Yeah. Not immediately. I'm not going straight to the slime beacons. It's interesting. Because I could have a whole little area here, like a box, showing a list of the coordinates for each slime beacon. Maybe each slime beacon has a name. And then maybe down here as well, I could have my little slime bar, which will show me how much slime I've got. I guess on my feet, or attached to my boots, or something like that. It could be a good idea. So, let me think. Let me consider. Well, like I said, slime beacons. I'm gonna need some time to think about that. I don't think I want a slime beacon straight away. This one is pretty cool. It just looks nice. But I don't, not yet. Not yet. I think probably the best thing I could do, as suggested by the person who was just here, is to just flesh out the world and the environment, and to give the Voidlings different characteristics. Now, at some point, I had the idea that each of these guys does, in fact, have a unique name. And the game is lagging because I generated so many Voidlings earlier. So, there we go. Just reset. In future, I'll despawn them properly. I'll do it properly. I haven't got to it yet. I will. I'm aware of the issue. But if I go far out, it would be nice to have these guys just look different. Because I can't... I mean... I could have it so that maybe a name pops up when you just hover over them. That actually is kind of funny. Could I do that? Would that be a bit annoying to look at? Maybe it could be a special item, a special ability to see these guys, or to see the name when you hover them. The good thing about the names is that it's relatively unobtrusive to the central mechanic or the central visual identity, but there is a wide variety of names that I have in my code in a CSV file to give to these Voidlings. So maybe I could have another item, much like how the Slime of Speed was its own item. Another item, like some kind of magnifying glass, I don't know, that allows you to just see a little extra information about these guys. I think that could be fun. Quite honestly, it would be so easy to implement it and to try it out. I almost can't even justify not doing it, so I am going to take a look at my Voidling, which is here. Hello. Now I've already got this button because I wanted to have the mouse turn into a pointing hand when you hover over it. Now I could do mouse entered, mouse exited. Now I'll do an old classic because I have done this exact mechanic several times now. If I can get my microphone wire off my keyboard, that would help. There we go. So there we go, let's do some of this. Okie doke, so now we know if it's hovering or not. Now we'll just add the label. Now one thing with Godot 3.5, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a thing, is that if I click on a 2D node or a control node, it no longer automatically puts me into the 2D view, which, like I said, is okay. It's fine. But I'm not used to it. Okay. Here's my name. Okay, cool. So this is gonna be big, I guess. Whew. I wonder if I can shrink it. I'll see. It might still be small. It's just that this guy is himself so profoundly tiny. So I'll just get this, set the name. There we go. So I think now these guys should have... Oh. It doesn't show up. That's odd. Maybe I'll put it here. Let's see if that works. Well, it shows up. It almost looks off-center or something. But it does show up. Why did it look off-center? That's peculiar. Okay. Some of these guys are not updated. Huh. Interesting. Why does it look off-center? Maybe I'll put it to the side. And because this is so large, I want it to be left justified. That looks a bit better. That does look a little better. That does look a little better. I can pick these guys up, no problem. You can see there is a hearty variety of names here. Now, do I want these to be visible all the time? I mean, if I did, I would at least put the modulate down, like this. It just occurred to me. I'm looking on the wrong screen. Take a look at this. Oops, not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. And it's maybe like 1 pixel too high. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Well, this is decent. It's very dim. I don't know if it's even visible. You couldn't sleep. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm also a little bit glad to hear that. Because if you're not sleeping, you're watching my stream, and that's very fun for me, and hopefully fun for you. In the time you were gone, I've got a lot of these guys have names. Happened quick. Things change. It's close enough to centered, I should stop messing with it, but maybe I'll just put it a little bit like this. Just 1 pixel at a time. Okay, yeah, this is good. Good enough. I'm not changing it anymore. So this is what it looks like when they do have a name. Now this is just visible all the time. I don't think it actually needs to be visible all the time. So what I'm going to do, I can add 1 line to this. Just get name, and you just do a little bit of lerp action. So 1 if hovering is 0, and get it by delta. There we go. Now you know for sure. And you know that guy. And you can, it looks like, get these guys. You just see their name a little bit. That's kind of fun. Just when you're trying to get them. Not sure if it's great. I mean, you could slow down and be like, hey, what's your name? There's almost a an incentive to do that because I don't even know how to pronounce these. Now just to check. Why does this guy not have his name? No, I know why that is. I'll fix it now. I know exactly why that is. It's to do with my spawning gun. Never mind, it's not. What? Okay, has a name. Respawn it. Doesn't have a name anymore. Where'd your name go? What? Okay. What about this? Zone. Okay. Health less than 0. Yep, picks up the whole thing. How is this not included then? Oops. Uh-oh. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's not good. Oh, it was fine before that. That's weird. I hope it's fine. OBS says it's fine. Maybe YouTube is trying to kick me off. I don't know. That's very odd. Because it's passing this entire thing. I mean, just because this is in its own dictionary, it's still part of the dictionary, right? I still have this thing. Name is still being generated and gotten, just like the others. Just like all this stuff. And all this stuff is preserved. Huh. Odd. So this guy just does not have anything. Neither does this one. That is strange. Damn. Okay, what's going on here? My live stream is going up. What? Dropping. Okay. Okay. Is it fine? Are we back on? Has my internet repaired itself? It says stream status excellent. Okay, Jesus. Come on. Computer. Why? Why? No, this is fine. I have to... Oh, no. It just dropped another 70 frames. Why is it doing this? Virgin Media? Why? Okay. I can't even remember what I was doing. Like a minute ago. Oh yeah, I was trying to work out this other bug. So I'll just keep doing this. If my stream goes down, that's a shame. I don't know how much will be preserved on the VOD after the fact, but guess I'll find out. Okay. So, well. Oh, you know why it is? It's because I'm not setting the name on the label outside of that generate burnable function. If I do it now, okay, still has his name, Robert, spawn him, there's Robert, he's back, there he is. Let's get a whole few of them, Robert, anonymous, anonymy, I don't even know what that last one was, I couldn't see it. Couldn't see it. That's okay. Now we're cooking. I like that. Who is this? Spratchling. Yeah, wild names. I haven't looked through this. Dropping frames again? Better not be, I swear. Come on, OBS, why? Why does my computer... Well, my computer is doing fine. It's my ISP, which is being an IS pain. Is the name randomized? The name comes from a very large CSV that I downloaded of names. It has, well, 17,000 elements. Some of them are duplicates. Many of them are duplicates. But nonetheless, with 17,000, it's pretty good nonetheless. Who's this? So yeah, that's how I'm taking care of that. Oh boy. Yeah, this live stream issue stressing me out. I mean, it's not too bad, but I don't know if this will even, if any of the dropped frames will even get saved after the fact. I could be saying something desperately important, vital, essential, and it would be lost. Okay. Well, okay, this is kind of cool. I like this. They have names. I do like this. It's good. It's a little bit of customization. In theory, I was also planning on having it possible to click on these guys. Dropping frames again. I gotta look out on my actual playback. Yeah, it's lagging around. Ah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Who's this? Edwin. Come here, Edwin.